What's going on, guys? Jason Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Wednesday the 3rd of July, got confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, what is your favourite football memory? Right then, let's jump into confirmed deals, and there are a lot to go through today just like yesterday. And first up, we've got a former Italian international midfielder, Claudio Marchisio. He was playing for Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia for a couple years, and now he's officially a free agent. The club have confirmed this contract has been terminated by mutual consent, and he might even go to the MLS because he was rumored to be going there before. Then we have a few free transfers, and first up we've got a player called Jason. He's joined Valencia from Levante, and like I mentioned a second ago, no fee involved. Hernani has joined Levante this time from FC Porto, that's after his contract expired, and a youngster called Mathieu Mori, apologies if I said his name wrong, he has joined Borussia Dortmund from Barcelona, and he signed a 5-year contract. I don't think he's ever been on FIFA Ultimate Team, so for FIFA 20 he might be a new player, though he might also play for Borussia Dortmund's youth team. Then we have got Felipe Luis. It hasn't been confirmed what team he's going to be going to, but he's left Atletico Madrid now after his contract expired, and he has in the past been linked to Lyon. But given his experience and ability at the top level, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a good move out of this, and again we'll have to wait and see where he goes. Next up we've got Dawson. He joined Watford from West Brom for a fee of £6 million. Callas has joined Bristol City on a permanent basis from Chelsea, and they paid a club record £8 million to get him. It's a 4-year contract, and before that he was Chelsea's longest serving player. Or should I say longest serving player in the current squad, because he's been there for a very long time but didn't really play too much football for them. Then we move on to Luke de Jong. He joined Sevilla in Spain from PSV Eindhoven. It's a €12.5 million fee, and he signed a 4-year contract. Danny Ings has made his move to Southampton on a permanent basis from Liverpool after a loan spell, and this was agreed last summer. It's an initial fee of £18 million, which could rise to 20 after additional bonuses, and he signed a 3-year contract with the Saints. Jack Clark has made his move to Tottenham from Leeds United. They've paid around £8.5 million to get him, and that could rise maybe to like 13 mil, and he signed a deal until 2023. But he's gone straight back out on loan to Leeds again for the rest of the upcoming campaign, where he'll get more first-team football than if he was to stay at Spurs. And it's Tottenham's first signing in 517 days. Then we've got Gelson Martins. He's gone to AS Monaco on a permanent basis from Atletico Madrid for a fee in the region of €30 million. He signed a 5-year contract, and I believe Atletico still owe money to Sporting from last summer. There was that whole thing where they got him on a free deal, but I believe Sporting went to court about it, and Atletico were demanded to pay a fee. Lazaro's move to Inter has been all confirmed now by both clubs. He joined from Hertha Berlin, and the fee is €22 million. Pablo Sarabia, a player that I imagine a lot of you, if you play FIFA Ultimate Team, during Ultimate Team this season he was a massive troll, but he's joined Paris Saint-Germain. It's from Sevilla, and they've paid anywhere between 18 million and 19.5 mil, and he signed a 5-year contract. Mateo Kovacic has been confirmed as a permanent Chelsea player now from Real Madrid. It's a £40 million fee, and he signed a 5-year contract until 2024. And despite Chelsea having a transfer ban, they could have got the deal over the line because he was registered to their squad last season. Then we have got a manager change. This time it's Rafa Benitez, who last week left Newcastle United. He's now being confirmed as the Chinese Super League club Dalian Yifang's new manager, and he's on a crazy good contract. And speaking about crazy good contracts, now we have got an official confirmation of Marcus Rashford getting a new contract now until 2023. It's believed to be up to £250,000 to £300,000 a week. That's only if performance-based targets are met. I'm not sure how much the base salary is, but it apparently is very high. And to be fair, it's a weird situation for United because Alexis Sanchez coming in last January, it really hasn't done their wage structure too much good. Players can essentially demand a crazy high wage, just like Rashford is getting, but Rashford's deal was expiring in 1 year's time, so potentially he could have been a free transfer. This next one hasn't been fully announced just yet, but it should be done very soon, if not already. So first up, Goal.com are saying Theo Hernandez is on the verge of joining AC Milan. It's from Real Madrid for a fee of €20 million, and he was in Milan yesterday to complete the first part of his medical. And he'll have the second part of it on Tuesday, so technically he went to Milan on Monday, and the second part was on Tuesday. They were talking about a potential loan with the option to buy, but it does seem like a permanent purchase now, and I'm not sure if it does much for FIFA Ultimate Team, but it could be used for starter squads for Serie A. Next up, according to Gianluca Damasio, he said AS Roma are very close to signing central defender Gianluca Mancini from Atalanta. It doesn't mention how much they'll be paying for him, but Roma are spending quite a bit of money, but they're selling quite a few players on top of that. Now moving on, according to the Washington Post, they're saying United States international Jose Altidore has a $25 million offer from Jiangsu Suning. The Chinese club are offering Toronto a transfer fee of $10 million, while Altidore would make $25 million over the course of a 3-year deal. He signed an extension with Toronto back in February though, until 2022, where he makes $6.3 million a season. So it would be a very large salary increase, and I didn't know he was actually on that much money already. That's pretty damn high. And now we have some news from Monday, and it's about Wilfried Zaha's potential move to Arsenal. And first up, Sky Sports said Arsenal have made a £40 million bid for the Crystal Palace star. Though Palace, they are demanding a much higher fee. 40 mil is half what they're asking, they want 80 mil instead. They are determined to keep hold of him because obviously he's a very integral part to their squad, and they don't want to sell both Zaha and Wan-Bissaka in the same window. So realistically, Arsenal value him around 40 to 50 potentially, but for Palace he's worth a lot more than that, despite maybe him not actually being worth as much as Palace value him at. But apparently Arsenal are willing to include a player or possibly even two to get the deal over the line. And Wilfried Zaha's brother has spoken, saying it's his brother's dream to play though for Arsenal. He wants to play for Arsenal in the Champions League or the Europa League or European football, and it's a club he's supported since his childhood. L'Equipe are saying that Wolves have bid around €40 million for AS Monaco's 18-year-old central defender, Benoit Badiashile. It might be Badiashile, but either way, €40 million is a lot of money, but Wolves have got European football next season to offer. And now we move on to Kevin Prince Boateng. He only joined Barca back in January from Sassuolo in the Serie A, and he's basically used as a backup to Luis Suarez and also the central midfielders. I don't believe he played too much football at all really, but he has confirmed via his social media now his time at Barca is officially up. He has thanked the club and the fans for the opportunity, and according to Gianluca Damasio, he's now in talks with Besiktas. Napoli are interested in signing Celtic defender Kieran Tierney, who's also a massive target for Arsenal, that's according to Metro Sport. The Gunners have already seen one bid for the 22-year-old rejected and are expected to come back with an improved offer, but the Italian giants are poised to swoop in and steal his signature. And the BBC are now saying Napoli are edging ahead in the race for Kieran Tierney. And next up, according to La Repubblica, they're saying Barca are interested in signing AC Milan left-back Ricardo Rodriguez. The Spanish champions want the 26-year-old to serve as a backup to Jordi Alba, but will have to part with around €15 million to secure a deal. And it would make sense for AC Milan to cash in because Theo Hernandez coming in for just €5 million more, it seems like a good trade. Zenit St. Petersburg are readying a £9 million bid for Celtic midfielder Tom Rogic, that's according to the Herald. And now we have got a very short one from AS in Spain. They're saying Tottenham have agreed a loan deal to sign Real Madrid midfielder Dani Ceballos. He's been fantastic, or was fantastic, at the European Under-21 Championship, and he was linked to AC Milan last week. Whoever gets him, in my opinion, has got a fantastic player. Just unfortunately for him, his time at Real Madrid hasn't really worked out. A massive confirmed transfer now for Tottenham is going to be the signing of Tanguy Ndombele from Lyon. It's a club record €60 million or £53.8 million, but there are additional fees that could take it to £70 million or £62.8 million. He signed a 5-year contract with the option of a further year, and fair play to Tottenham. Like I said before, it's a great signing and a very exciting one for the Premier League. And now moving on, according to the Daily Mail yet again, they're saying Dejan Lovren's representatives are in Italy for talks over a proposed move from Liverpool to AC Milan. The Croatian international is being linked with a switch to the Serie A, that's after slipping down the pecking order at Anfield. AC Milan's initial target was at Kabach, who went to Schalke, but now they might turn their attention to Dejan Lovren, though his wages could be a bit of a stumbling block. DiMarzio is saying Juventus are open to letting Gonzalo Higuain join AS Roma, but it remains to be seen if the Argentine striker will be open to the destination. He's now looking for a new club potentially after leaving Chelsea and the contract or the loan deal wasn't extended, and his chances at Juve are very limited. And DiMarzio is also saying that Inter are ready to resume the chase to sign Manchester United striker Romelu Lukaku. They want him on a 2-year loan deal with an obligation to buy for €70 million or £63 million. And Inter do want to set up a meeting very soon with United in order to hammer out an agreement. Kicker in Germany are saying Barca have put Ousmane Dembele on the transfer market and are listening to offers around €100 million. And they go on to mention Liverpool has been seen as a serious option for Dembele, but it's remained to be seen whether Liverpool will be willing to pay 100 mil. But France Football are saying Bayern have made Dembele their #1 transfer target. They no longer want Nicolas Pepe, and Leroy Sané right now is looking pretty unlikely. And now moving on according to Yahoo Sport France, they're saying Arsenal are due to meet with the representatives of star striker Alexandre Lacazette, and that was taking place yesterday. It was to discuss the player's future. The outlet claims that an unnamed Spanish club have made their interest in the former Lyon man known. The subject of this meeting is not at all about a contract extension, it's rather to discuss the interest there from the Spanish side and whether they may be open to selling or not. He was aimed to move to Barcelona at one point not too long ago really, so it remains to be seen what club it is, but I imagine if there's genuine interest there we'll find out very soon. And now we've got a massive story from Sky Sports News. They're saying Manchester United have moved ahead of Man City in the pursuit of Harry Maguire. That's after upping their bid to £70 million for the Leicester defender. And then a couple minutes after that, or a couple hours after it, they said United's £70 million bid has been rejected by Leicester City. They're holding out for a much higher fee, and they want them to pay more than Liverpool paid for Virgil van Dijk 18 months ago. And carrying on from that story, according to L'Equipe, they're saying Manchester United haven't formally bid for Issa Diop of West Ham yet, but they will very soon. And it could tie with the fact that if they can't get Harry Maguire, Issa Diop is probably a cheaper alternative. Gazzetta dello Sport are saying Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Bruno Fernandes. The fee now is the only stumbling block to the move, and United have already tabled an offer of £31 million, but Sporting, they want at least 54 mil. Marca are saying that Real Betis will be looking to make at least £70 million from any sale of Giovanni Lo Celso. Tottenham and Manchester United are both said to be very keen on the Argentina international midfielder. So his future, will he be at Betis next season? Will he be at Spurs or United? As of right now, we're pretty unsure. And next up, according to AS, it's reported that Neymar's father and representatives met Barcelona officials yesterday in order to get the Brazilian back to Barcelona. It's definitely a story that won't go away because PSG apparently want €350 million for him, but every day is a new story saying Neymar wants to go back to Barca and they're willing to try and make it happen. And Sky Sports are saying that Marko Arnautovic has handed in a second transfer request in the last 6 months. He's got another offer from a Chinese Super League side, though it doesn't say what one this time, and that's despite signing a new contract back in January. It's pretty much the same situation, and to be fair, back in the winter transfer window, apparently it was that if he signed a new deal back then, he was allowed to leave in the summer. Arsenal have signed a young Brazilian player called Gabriel Martinelli. It's from a team called Ituano, and he's cost them £5 million. He's also signed a long-term contract. And Sky Italy are saying Juventus are on the verge of sealing Gianluigi Buffon's return to Turin. He's expected to have a clause in the contract though, which means he must play at least 8 league games, so he beats Paolo Maldini's Serie A appearance record. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, what is your favourite footballing memory? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.